Watch the bright mark on this moon. After one complete orbit, the mark still faces Earth. That can look as if the moon never rotated, but it proves the opposite. The moon had to turn once to keep that mark facing us. Try the geometry yourself. Put a chair in the middle of a room and keep your face toward it while you walk one full circle. At the start, you face one wall. A quarter turn later, you face another. By the time you return, your body has made one complete rotation. The moon does the same around Earth. Against the stars, one lunar orbit takes about 27.3 days. One spin on the moon's axis takes the same time. Matching those two clocks keeps nearly the same hemisphere pointed at Earth. The name for that match is synchronous tidal locking. It is not a coincidence, and the moon was not born moving exactly this way. Early in its history, the moon was hotter, closer, and spinning faster. Earth's gravity pulled more strongly on the nearer side, slightly stretching the moon. The material could not adjust instantly, so the tidal bulge lagged behind perfect alignment. Earth's pull on that offset bulge produced a torque. Repeated flexing also dissipated rotational energy as heat. Over time, the moon's spin slowed. Eventually, one spin took the same time as one orbit. Then the bulge no longer kept sweeping around the moon relative to Earth, so this particular energy loss largely stopped changing the spin. The stable result is the lock we see today. One turn per trip, not 0 turns. The lock is not perfectly rigid from our viewpoint. The moon's orbit is slightly elliptical, so its orbital speed changes. Its steady spin sometimes gets a little ahead of the position in its orbit and sometimes a little behind. The moon also appears to nod because of viewing geometry. Together, these motions create an apparent wobble called libration. Libration lets us peek around the edges. We never see all of the moon at once, but over time observers on Earth can see about 59% of its surface, not just exactly half. That hidden remainder is the far side, not a permanent dark side. Sunlight reaches the far side just as it reaches the near side. At new moon, much of the near side faces away from the sun, while the far side is largely illuminated. At full moon, the situation reverses. This also fixes another common mix-up. Moon phases are not normally Earth's shadow crossing the moon. The sun always lights half of the moon, and phases show how much of that illuminated half faces us. Earth's shadow is involved only during a lunar eclipse. The phase cycle takes about 29.5 days, slightly longer than the 27.3-day spin and orbit measured against the stars. While the moon circles Earth, the Earth-Moon system also moves around the sun, so the moon must travel a little farther to return to the same Sun-Earth geometry. Humans did not see the far side until the Soviet spacecraft Luna 3 photographed it in 1959. The reason it had stayed hidden was the same quiet clockwork visible in tonight's sky. The moon keeps turning, once per orbit, always looking back at Earth.